Hey guys, and welcome to our review of Darling and Franks, episode 23. We don't have time for an intro, and I'm sorry I'm dressed like this. It's 100 and something degrees, even though it's like freaking midnight. I'm your host of Cinder Blaze. With me today we have Makotoa and
Makotoa.
One second. Are you supposed to not have your webcam up, Cinder Blaze?
what? Yeah, but you
Webcam
guys
on.
can't see it because it's recording for OBS.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Anyways,
And we have strange words. All right, let's
and
jump
I'm
into
strange words. We're just going right ahead because we literally just watched the episode like a minute ago,
Yeah.
and just what? Oh, you know what? Just one word for the whole episode sums up my feelings. Why? Just
Yeah.
Why?
Like, why did
Why?
they take everything in this direction?
Like it's like, all right, we're gonna go there. Over there is the path to maybe a redemption arc for the series, where we get good episodes at the very end and it ends satisfyingly. Over there is a cliff. We're gonna go jump off the cliff now.
Yeah, and like one of the main like reasons I really hate this episode is like probably in the first half of the episode, I guess, is how irrelevant every other character is except Hiro. Like Mitsuru and Kokoro kind of like you just ignore them for now because they're not in like this giant space battle. But in that moment, like what in the fuck was everyone doing? They were just fighting fodder and quote clearing the way, even though they weren't really making much of a threat in like stopping them. Like were they actually destroying any of the mechs? We couldn't really tell. Like I guess like that giant one did make the one Iota explode.
There were so many conveniences that led to this point. It's like, oh, convenient new upgrades to our suits, convenient new weapons for our suits, convenient new sudden skills to be able to fly in space. We can suddenly fly in space. I don't care, but they can. We're good. We can fly in space now. We're totally. It's not like we've ever done it before, but we can do it. Also, we have navigations that take us wherever we need to go. And then, I agree, Alex. What were they doing?
Okay.
What were they doing? I don't
For
know. But
the ability to pilot in space, like it doesn't make that much sense. But given that the original Klaxosaurs were meant to fight in space in the first place, or to fight against the Virm, it would make sense for them to have some capabilities that would allow them to, easily fight in space. And like they were kind of saying, like, oh, it's a lot easier to fight in this environment, but whatever. Like
maybe I wouldn't be so upset if like it actually looked good to watch.
Yeah.
But this looked like garbage.
All right. So probably the worst part about it for me was that, all right, action sometimes happened, but it was so small that you couldn't see any detail and gain no enjoyment from it at all. It's just like, what even happened there? All I saw was a blob and another blob and another blob exploded.
Yeah, it's just lasers and explosions, and I don't even know who's doing the lasers and who's exploding.
Yeah, yeah, they did some really lazy panning a lot of the time. And it's hard to tell because sometimes it's like, okay, they don't have the budget, but then sometimes it's just like, I have not seen this studio, or at least the group that's specifically working on FranXX, actually pull off anything super incredibly amazing this entire series. And I was expecting that at the very least in this episode. They've played it safe or conservative to like almost fool you into thinking that they were capable of doing really crazy stuff, because some of it got like a little close at times. But I think that's it. That jig's up. We're in space now, and you have no idea what you're doing. I don't think that this team knew how to do it, and I don't think it was a budget problem. Maybe it was, but it just didn't feel like they were capable. It felt like they did stuff, but it didn't look right.
I feel like this was intentional, just given like the amount of depth that's going into the Virm stuff afterwards. And why the fuck is? All right.
Ignore that.
Yeah.
Right.
And because we had like a couple episodes after the whole Virm, thing kind of happened, so maybe this was like an intended thing. But why would they like the drastic change in direction? Like I know they were probably foreshadowing it like beforehand, but it just felt so like out of nowhere, and once we're actually in like the whole mess, once we're actually in the climax of them actually dealing with the Viren threat, at least on Mars. I don't know why they're just like chilling at Mars. Maybe they're like stopping Strelazia from getting to the portals, which, I mean, I guess that was what they were doing. I couldn't tell. Like, that was just something that they just kind of like threw in there at the last minute, and I was like, okay, apparently they're going to the source of the entire thing, gonna, you know, fight the source of the anti-spirals, and, you know, start throwing galaxies at each other. Whatever, I don't give a shit what they're fucking gonna do about this now. And
I think the only redeeming part about this episode for me, actually no, there are two parts of this episode that I like. I like Zero Two's new assets. That's appreciated. And then the Kokoro with Mitsuru moment.
Kokoro Mitsuru was it.
That's it.
That was it.
Hey man.
The new form in space was just a WTF. It was just a what?
It came out of nowhere. It was stupid.
It makes
you just kind of had to accept it and roll with the punches, because at that point it was just getting so convoluted that you, at least for me, I was just like, okay, whatever, just end this, do whatever you need to end, and leave. And then they decided to actually leave.
Yeah. You know, even though I was saying it doesn't make sense, it kind of does, because was it Dr. FranXX is the one who kind of built the thing, so maybe it would have some kind of unique capability.
No, I don't think the Star Entity was made by the Crackers.
Yeah, this was not.
No,
Dr.
he
FranXX.
did he did like tamper with it, because he was the scientist under the apes, and they had control of it. That's how they got the virus uploaded it. So like they did like configure with it or mess with it a bit. So
wait a minute.
There is some connection between 02 and that mech specifically. But that still doesn't make any sense. Why does like the machinery just turn in? I mean, it's Klax's lore technology, but why did it just turn into 02? It looks so dumb.
Wait. Besides the wedding gown 02, crying in space, garbage. What? Again, and maybe this is just a quick, and that I shouldn't be that surprised, but where's the giant baby hand?
Oh, that's never gonna show up. You're done, kid. You're done.
It's gone. It's gone. It doesn't matter. Okay, but I think another grievance for us, especially, was the de-evolution of 02's character.
And Hero.
No, Hero was just doing Hero. This was what he was doing.
No, this is the same exact thing that we've had for the last probably 5 episodes. You know, like...
But 02 was the one who's like, no, we can't be together anymore now. Because...
That's what we've had for the last 5 episodes. That has been the conflict between Hero and 02 for, like, the longest time. And once, like, they kind of sorted it out, and they, like, initially piloted, you know, that red Strelazia form, and again, when they piloted the Strelazia A-Path, like, those were both good in their own ways because of all the stuff kind of surrounding it. This time in particular just felt like a parrot. Like, we've already gone through this development before. And when you compare it to Mitsuru and Kokoro's...
we went through this development, except a better version of it. When, touched your horns. That was 100% better.
That was so much better than let's pretend we're in the picture book.
Yeah, like, aren't we going to complete this storybook together? I've already heard him say that. Right?
You know, the stupidest moment about that was when we saw the prince drawing. The part about it was just freaking cracking up and just hating it. Was him as a poorly drawn prince, and I was just.
Yeah. It's like that common theme of, I see where you're going with this, but please don't. It's so stupid.
It was real dumb. There was not. It was forced. There was nothing touching about it. Like we've said earlier, Mitsuru and Kokoro were the best part of this episode by far.
Yeah.
Like, that actually made me. It keeps the show from being complete garbage right now, because it's like, I actually care. I actually care now. This part makes me care, so that the series has not completely, been a waste.
Oh yeah,
right.
For some completely inexplicable reason, Zorome and Mika's mech now has a ponytail instead of twin tails. I just don't know why.
Because
I'm not
typically,
sure.
De-evolved.
when you
I'm
go to
not sure-
ponytail, you're going for a more sporty look, and I guess the action has gotten more intense, so it would justify the new hairstyle. I didn't like it, but
No. Here's the thing. Look at Ikuno and Fushoshi's mech.
it's the same.
It still has and everyone else is the same. But anyways, do you guys have anything else to say? Because I hated this episode.
Just one more
You got a
thing.
bomb.
I have to jack
There's
off that Kokoro Mitsuru moment a little bit more because I want to say something positive. The reason I like that the most and why it made the Hero and 02 moment just feel that much more sour was because their situation, their relationship is constantly kind of changing throughout this entire series. And Mitsuru, he hesitates a lot, but whenever he kind of resolves himself, we can kind of see that. And then when he gets his memory wiped and it causes this whole new dilemma, the way he kind of rediscovers his love for Kokoro and kind of remembers it in his own way, and he reproposes to her in the middle of the episode. That was great to see. That's something that we haven't seen in the relationship before. So it just kind of felt fresh, and I was like, yeah, this is the next step. For Hero and 02, just well, they gotta say something. We can't be together because you're a human and I'm a Klaxosaur. And then Hero's over there with the fucking Klaxosaur horns, and he's probably more Klaxosaur than freaking 02 because he's blue. But let's not go too much into that. Overall, God, I don't know what they're gonna do next episode, but I'm expecting some anti-spiral shit without the good stuff. Not the flashy, everyone kind of come together and destroy this guy. It's just Hero and 02 just pushing that ship to the limit of, being annoying. I don't know. What do you guys think for the next episode? Probably the finale of the series.
I don't want to make predictions for this anymore.
No. Okay,
I don't
I want one thing. I just want a good-looking mech fight. That's
That'd be
all I
nice.
want. That's
That would be
all I
nice.
want. I don't have any expectations for good things left. There are none.
Yeah. And we're not going to
hard
ramble
at
too
this
much more
point.
about this unless you have something to say, Michael. Please go.
I was just gonna say, at this point, it's kind of bleak because they've kind of taken it in such a direction where I don't see how they can be redeemed. I think, how can this plot line be redeemed? How can it redeem itself? I don't see it happening now.
Okay,
And,
Michael,
I
here's
mean,
the beautiful thing about FranXX. You don't have to set up plot for there to be plot. It could come out of nowhere. So don't expect, well, given the pieces that we already have, they can't possibly make something good. Well, that's because we haven't gotten the pieces yet.
Okay. Okay, I guess the same thing that they used to destroy the series might be able to save it, I guess? Okay. Let's hope.
I don't know. I can't hope in Hero. The rest of the cast does for some reason, but oh well. That is it from us. So if you guys have any comments, if you have any positive things to say about this episode, please let us know in the comments down below, because we want to know. Maybe we aren't seeing something as clearly as you guys. Or, I don't know.
Yeah. Could be.
I do not believe this is a good episode, but whatever. That's my opinion. Tell us yours. Like, comment, subscribe. Check our description. Check our Discord link. That is all. Keep it juicy.
Goodbye.
Man. Even Kill a Kill, despite how bullshit that kind of became at the end, it looked amazing.
Yeah, it looked good, had great fan service, great characters, and really good music.